My name is Naasz. I'm 24 years old and I'm from St. Cloud, Minnesota. Well, I got started in Red Bull Crashed Ice in 2012 when the event first came to St. Paul. A friend of mine worked for Red Bull, so he had this prospect pass, what he called it. It was basically a free ticket into the event. I gave it a shot, ended up being the top American, and from that they took the top 4 United States riders and they sent us to Valkenburg in the Netherlands, or Sweden, Quebec City, Canada, and then last year I went to Niagara Falls, Canada, St. Paul. I went to Switzerland, the Netherlands, and then back to Quebec City.
I'm moving on and staying strong, 'cause it's what you want. Trying hard not to let you down.
The progression of the athletes every year is getting better and better. I know that my first year, all we did was lose. It was so hard to keep up with the top guys. And then last year came and I had a great time trial. I was actually the #1 ranked time trial skater at Niagara Falls. And that kind of gave me the confidence to continue to do well. I ended up getting 2nd place at that event. And I just carried the confidence throughout the season. I ended up 3rd in the world at the end of the year. And something I was really proud of. And hopefully just my success will kind of lay some groundwork for all the other US riders that want to come out here and do well as well. I think I started skating when I was around 7 years old, just playing in Lakeville, Minnesota. I played hockey up until my junior year of high school, and then I got cut from the varsity hockey team my senior year. Crashed ice really doesn't require, just an expert level hockey player. If you took an NHL hockey player, some of the best skaters, they probably wouldn't be able to make it halfway down the track. You kind of got to have a background in multiple other extreme sports to translate into crashed ice as well. My big sport was aggressive inline rollerblading. My mom actually owned a skate park for a few years in Burnsville, Minnesota, and that's kind of where I just spent all my time in the summer. And I've always stuck to snowboarding, mountain biking, BMX racing, all those things, and they all translated into Red Bull Crashed Ice. Some of the challenges that I face on a day-to-day basis is getting better at the sport. It's hard to train because there's no permanent tracks, but we just kind of have to get creative. And one of the things that I've done recently is the last week I've been up in Duluth, Minnesota, actually building the first permanent ice cross track in the United States. So what's happening is more and more people are training year-round, really creating a sport here. It's no longer really a sideshow. These are serious athletes that really want to compete. The talk is there's going to be more and more permanent tracks and more athletes willing to compete. So the sport's just taken off incredibly fast. My goal is to compete in the sport as long as I can. Hopefully I can someday become an ambassador or coach for the sport, something like that, but I'd love to be involved for many years to come. I'm usually up here in St. Cloud. I go to school at St. Cloud State. I'm a public relations major. I'm planning to graduate in the fall, but I take every spring off just to train here at the St. Cloud State gym, and I skate at the National Hockey Center usually like 4 or 5 times a week. And so far this year I've been to Finland, now we have St. Paul, then Russia, and then I'm back in Quebec City again at the end of this season. My main sponsor is Jeff Belzer's Dodge Chevy Kia in Lakeville, Minnesota. Great family friend. He supports me in many different ways. Muscle Milk is my next sponsor. They support me with all my supplements so I can get stronger and better. Cloudy Clothing, a native brand here to St. Cloud, and also Killer Shot. They make GoPro mounts and accessories.
I'm Naasz and you're watching Legends of the Cloud.
Turn on a new light. When you die, you turn on